up guys, and welcome to my channel Flame with a 4. In this video we're going to be doing stage 93, the right front window and door lock of Build the Ecto-1, and we're also going to be doing issue 94, which is going to be the window lever mechanism. So that's going to be pretty cool, and looks like we're going to actually fit it to the door as well. It doesn't say we get to fit it to the vehicle, but we get to do quite a bit and have a completed door in this one. So we're going to go take the pieces out and we'll be back in just a sec. Right guys, we've got all our pieces out. I don't know about you, but I feel quite confident once you've built one side of the vehicle and you've done these before, you can kind of do them pretty quickly when you're going to do the other side. Not that it's a race, it just feels like that we can, you know, we know what we're doing. We've built the other side, it's pretty similar to this side, and then we can just crack on. So first thing we're going to be doing, we're going to be installing this section here to make figure A. It doesn't actually give me the number of it, to be fair. It just says R for right. It just goes along the top of the door. We did it on the other one, we're going to do it on this one. Just sits over the top there, and then we have two SM screws holding that down. Well, I don't think we need to fast forward through this bit. I think we'll be pretty keen to just keep this bit rolling, because it's only going to be two small screws, and there is not going to be any point of fast forwarding through such a small section like this. We might try to not fast forward through as much as we can, to be fair guys. I just don't like to keep the video really long if I can help it, really. Just needs a little bit more, just that little tiny bit more without rounding the head off it, so it's nice and flush. There we go. Right, so that's now done. So I'll just quickly show you that piece. So that's the black top section that runs along the top, held in by two SM screws. So really cool. Right, so the next thing we need to do figure A and figure B. These are going to be the side trims again. So the first one we need to install is going to be this side trim, which just goes at the side here. That should just slot over there and into place like that. And then that is held down. Going to need a bigger screwdriver end. That's going to be held down by two DM screws. They're going to be pretty tough to push, but we will do it. It'll be fine, not a problem at all. Just hold that in place. One DM screw there. Be careful when pushing down, because I'm keeping an eye on those chrome top sections, making sure that they do not break, because you really need to be careful. And also I don't want my Mike Lane decal to be damaged while I'm doing this as well. I'm going to quickly pop this one in, and I'm going to show you where they go once they're in place. This is only plastic, so don't over tighten, but just make sure it's not loose and rattling around. Nobody wants a rattly door on their vehicle, do they? Right, so that's now done. What I'm going to do actually guys, I'm just going to quickly pop this one in, because that's 93D. That's held in by two DM screws, and then I can show you at the same time both ends where they are and what we've done to them, just so you know. So two more DM screws just down here. Just going to pop this one in. And then the top one. Making sure we are not pushing on those chrome parts on the other side and breaking them, because we do not want that. I know I'm usually fast forwarding through by now guys, but I like keeping you here with me while I gibber and jabbering on. So here we go. So these two corner pieces, so we have 93C held in by two DM screws. Let's do pointy pen, and they are held in just at the top there and one at the bottom. The other side is the 93D, and that is held in by two DM screws, just one here and one there, and they are the ones holding them on. So they kind of finish the edges to give the door that sort of like thick metal look, and that is what we have done there. What we're going to do is just turn the page, see what we're going to be building next. So we need to do that really fun door lock. I'm going to pop it together and then put it in place, and then show you guys what it looks like once it's done. And hopefully I'm an expert at doing these by now, just because we did the other side, and as I said to you before, once you do No, still not an expert. It still flew over. It's because it's spring loaded, and as it's spring loaded, it just bounces and it just goes flying every time I try and do it. So I need to put it back in here really. Let's try again. Let's try and do it. Oh dear. Let's try and do it so it doesn't ping out at me. Come on, can we do it? Come on. Oh, missed. Here we go. So it's in place. It's really difficult to kind of hold it where I want it. I need to make sure I get the right screw. So I need a DM screw again to hold that down. No wonder it's got to be a DM screw because it's such a fiddly thing to do. Let's see if we can get that in there without it causing a problem. Don't you dare. It's trying to come out. Quickly get it in. There we go. So that is the door locking mechanism which pushes through there. So that's really cool. So as you can see, it goes in here and it pushes in. And that's what kicks it in, which it did on the other side. And then it's spring loaded in the side there. So there's a spring loaded there, and then it's got like a holder, and that holder has got a locating pin with a DM screw, and that's what holds all that into place, guys. Really cool. Right, so once you've done that, it's asking us to put these tiny little pieces to stop the glass from, you know, catching and being damaged and such. So we're going to do that right now. Just trying to peel it with this little spudger thing. Very fine and delicate, and as you know, guys, these just go along the top of the window frame just to prevent the glass from scratching when it goes up and down. Well, I say glass, it's plastic, but you know what I mean. You're on the same level as me. We know what we're talking about, right? Right, so we're just going to stick this next one down. Goes along the top of there, like that. There we go. And that's just going to protect the plastic. And that is what it wants it to look like at this stage. So basically it wants us to have the piece of glass, and then it wants us to have it looking like that from the inside. But guys, as you know, we are going to go and get the pieces out for the next issue, because we're going to be doing issue 94 in this video as well. So what we'll do, we'll quickly pop and go get issue 94 out, get all the pieces, and then we will build that alongside issue 93. So be back in one moment, guys. See you in a sec. Right, guys, so this issue is stage 94. This is the window lever mechanism. So we get to build this up. We've done it before. We're going to do it again. A lot of fiddly bits to be able to put on here. So this is going to be quite fun to do. Now let's change over the screwdriver into a small one just in case we need it. We might need to go back to the big one. This looks quite bent. Out of shape, but it should straighten up when it goes onto the door, so let's hope that happens. But as you can see, it looks quite warped, so I'm hoping that's going to be okay. Right, so we need to take 94B, and 94B is the handle piece, which is what we need here, and we need to install that into this top left part of the hole there on the grey section there. And then on the inside, what we need to do is we need to take 94C, which is the little cog, and it has a little cutout for where it's going to go, so you can't really get it wrong because it's got a pre-cut out for what it's going to go into, and that just goes over the top of that. Don't know whether it's better to do it that way around or not. The cutout is there, it's just because it's so warped, it doesn't really want to play ball very well. You just need to make sure it's tight enough so that you're happy. So there's your little windy handle there, and then on the inside is your cog, and then that turns as your handle winds the window up and down, because electric windows weren't about then. So the next thing we need to do, we need to put 94E and 94D in together. We will put a little bit of Vaseline on these cogs because they just help wind the windows up and down when we're doing them. So we are going to do that. So let's just put a bit on here, a little bit on there. Be a little bit generous with it, it doesn't matter. And then what we need to do, we need to go grab 94D, which is the smaller cog with the other cog on top. That will just sit in place and then go parallel with this one. And then we're going to just make sure we got enough Vaseline on this all the way around. There we go. Oops. And then the other cog, the one with the two nibs on it, that just will sit over the top of that, and then that will go into place as well. And then we'll just quickly put the screws in, and that will need a bit of Vaseline. The left hand side is the UP screw, and the other one is the HP screw. We're going to go pop those in, and we'll be back in just a sec. Right guys, once that's all done and into place, you should have the mechanism that looks a little bit like that. Make sure that when you wind the handle around, all the cogs are moving in the right direction to where they need to go. If they are, then you are on a winner. Right, so the next thing we need to do, we need to install the static handle. So there is 94G that needs to go into place. So that needs to go in. I don't think that is held in by anything screw-wise. I think we literally just push that one in place and it stays there. So let's go ahead and put that in quickly. That is quite a tough little number to push in. I think it has its own way of going in, and you can only get it in one way. So there you go, clicks into place, lovely. And then the other handle that has the hole in it, I say the hole, but you know the line, that needs to just go in. It goes in a certain way as well, and that's got a locate and lug on it too. There we go. And then we need to pop an EP screw in the back of that. So let me just quickly find my EP screws. Just do that now, so that we've got the EP screws. And that will hold that into position. It shouldn't really move because it has a locate and lug, which means it's going to be where it's going to be and it won't move. And then that should help the screw go in. So there you go. So that's the static handle there. On the back it's got the EP screw, and then this one up the top here just pushes into place. So that one is 94G, pushes into place. 94H, which is just here, that's held in by an EP screw. It's coming along really nice, isn't it guys? I'm getting Vaseline on my finger. Right, so we now need to just push these two handles together. So 94J goes into 94I, and they just push in together here to create the handle, which is actually pretty accurate to a car. There is two sections made up of it when it goes in. And then that goes into this piece here. So you need to push one locate and lug in there, one goes in that side. And then on the inside, you need to put in an EP screw again. So a little EP screw will hold that in place. So let's just get that on the end. You ready? There we go. And then we're going to pop that EP screw in there. Just do that up till it holds in place. And that's just the handle which should pull the door shut from the inside. And there you go. So there you have it. So that's the handle. So 94J at the top, 94L at the bottom, just here on the handle. On the inside, locate and lug that side, one EP screw holding nothing together. Now on the top edge here, we need to put these little foam pieces again, so we will need to just quickly go ahead and do that. That's just to protect the glass when it's going into place. So again, I just need to try and get the edges of these and then pop them in. And they weren't that hard to do, they're quite easy. So let's just put that down. We now need to just put the window mechanism into place. So we need to get the window glass, you need to make sure it's round the right way, and then you need to take 94F, and that will sit underneath here like this. So I'll just show you this way around. It needs to look like that. Okay? And then on the inside you need a UP screw. So I'm going to grab one of those. That will hold it to the window. So that will hold the mechanism to the window. So I'm just going to quickly screw that into place now. There we go. And as we know already, that should slide, so that's not an issue at all. And what we need to do is we will need to take the door. So let's get the door, lay the door down. And then what we need is to put Actually, before we do that, we need to attach this to the door. Sorry, so we need to take the glass 93A and 93F, the flat side down, and we need to attach that to the mechanism. So let's just spin that around a bit till it's that sort of way, and then that just sits over the top of this mechanism here, as it does. And then we need to pop in 2 IP screws that are holding that down. So I'm just going to put them in. There you go. So that's now connected to the window mechanism. It looks a bit loose and falling about, but that's fine. So when you wind that with the handle, it moves the window up and down, but it will obviously have to be in the channel for it to work. So that's what we're going to go do now. So you need to insert, I'll just kind of try and show you this way round. So it needs to slide underneath the rail onto where the foam pad is, and then just slide it up so it fits in place nicely. And then this goes up over the top, and then you just line it up over the holes. And then when you're happy with how it's sitting, obviously just quickly test it to make sure the window goes up and down, which it does. Lovely. So once that's in place, you will now need to go get 2 DM screws here, 1 DM screw there on the left, 1 IP screw in that corner. So don't get that wrong. Try and remember that. I'm going to put the IP screw in first, and then I'll remember that the rest of them are the DM screws. So I'm going to hold this up and then screw this in, and we'll be back in just a sec. There you go, guys. So now that's all screwed in. As I said, you've got DM screw, and then this top right hand corner is IP screw. You want to test, make sure that your window goes up and down. Make sure you're happy with it. Look at that. Glides up and down lovely. So good. Little windy windows. But that's it, guys. So that was... Oh, the hinge went in then. So that was issue 94 and 93. So all 93 and 94. And then now we have a nice completed door with a door handle. Look at that. Isn't that look absolutely incredible? Really does. I can't wait to get this fitted on and then obviously get on with the next bits, because this is just coming along so nicely. I'm really looking forward to doing more issues with you. If you like this video, guys, please remember to give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe by clicking down here. We'll just have a look through, because we know that this is the end of this set of 4 issues, and then we'll have a look. So we've got the Titanic, which is really cool. The Subway Ghost. I can't wait till the new one comes out. I haven't seen the new film yet. The Slime Blower, and then Ecto-1, so really cool. It's got cereal as well, that's so cool. Right, so in the next set of issues, it looks like we're going to maybe get the rear door, and it looks like, oh no, we're going to get probably the back door here, which is cool. We get to build the frame and the inner door card, so another one that's going to be really cool. Can't wait to do this all with you guys. If you like this video, please remember to give us a thumbs up, and remember to subscribe so you don't miss out on any more videos, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care now. Bye bye.